Hello everyone and welcome to another SpottoCash judging session where a cash winner will be announced from a brand new skill-based version of the famous old game of Spot the Ball. As always, I'm joined by the men who are going to be deciding where the centre of the ball should be in this week's image. First of all is Mr. David Seaman. David, thanks again for joining us.
Pleasure.
And next to him are his assistant referees, Mr. Chris Henry and Alistair King. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Nice to see you.
Guys, thanks very much for playing all last week. I just want to congratulate last week's winner. That was Tubo Abikailio. You won £10,000 last week. Absolutely awesome. So, guys, you ready to get started with this week?
Certainly.
Let's do it. Let's turn it over. Well, for me, turn it over. You guys click on in, enter the judging session. David.
Some strange eye lines going on here.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, they're almost like two totally different ones. But I think the guy in the red, I think I might take his eye line more than the guy in the blue, because I think the guy in the blue is getting pushed and shoved or pulled. And I think, quickly looking at that, yeah, the guy in the red seems to be like more the sort of eye line that I might be taking.
Is that because in general the attack is probably quite close to impact at that point, and the defender, the red defender, is more likely to be keeping his eye on the ball?
I think the blue guy was looking, but I think he's had a bit of a pull. Oh, it's difficult.
Yeah, it's a toughie.
Yeah.
Is that a face of someone who's about to get smacked by the ball, or is he still fighting to get into position?
I think it's close. Yeah, it could be very close to the guy in the blue's head. You know, around about that sort of area.
Yeah, this is a close one.
But
This could be
Steve
anywhere,
McManaman
really.
in red is looking at a different. But like you said, the guy's face in blue is a sort of face that might be close to impact. You know, on a header. So
I just wonder whether the ball he could be getting ready. That one's past him. He couldn't get his feet off the ground. Maybe for the referees, he could be going down trying to seek a foul. Alistair, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, you know, there's no other players round about that are helping you, so you've just got the player in the red shirt there. He's obviously trying to stop the blue player get to the ball. So is he just focused on tugging him back there, causing a free kick, or worse, possibly a yellow or a red card? You can see the referee charging in there. The blue player could have sort of been turning. You know, quite often can happen if this was a break. So I don't think his face gives you that much help. I don't think there's about to be impact with the ball, because he's not quite gurning enough. You know, his face isn't screwed up. So I think that the red shirted player, his eye line is probably the only real bit of evidence that you've got, based on this example.
Okay.
So
That's good thoughts there. And in terms of distance, Chris, are you agreeing with Alistair there as another referee? Are you seeing the same kind of things?
Well, as both David and Alistair said, it's a tricky one. You understand? The striker does look like he has his eye on the ball, the blue. You understand me? With the guy in the red, I think he's kind of concentrating more on holding the player, stopping him from getting that ball. So.
Okay. So you're thinking something slightly different to the guys.
Yeah,
because you're thinking the eye line is the blue man.
Yeah, the blue man has his eye on the ball.
Yeah.
While the red man might be, but as I said, he's concentrating on defending. Yeah, so he could be looking anywhere. All he's concentrating on is holding that attacking player, stopping him from getting that header or whatever is going to happen. You understand? I think the blue hat, he's the one. He's concentrating on getting that ball. So I think the flight of the ball is like directing the line of vision of the blue, and it's not too close either.
It's a tough one because, like you say, it's two very different eye lines, and two that it's who you go with really. So
what I've thought of is if you end up putting the cross closer to the guys, then both the eye lines seem to come together.
Okay, so there could be quite close impact.
Yeah, it might be that closer. Just to kind of help the eye line.
You know, like that sort of.
Yeah.
Like there, when I've got the cross there. You know, the closer it is, the more that both the eye lines seem to come together. Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you guys to do your final sort of thinking through and considering this first placement. Everyone at home, the guys here are now going to place their first spot in this first round of judging, and the assistant referee spots are going to transfer onto David's, and he can look at his and Chris and Alistair's to see how they all sync up. and he's going to make the final decision. David Seaman will make the final decision on where the centre of the ball should be. So we will get you guys ready. Are we all ready to do it?
And then do you confirm?
So Chris, let's get your
answer.
spot placed. Alistair, have you placed your spot?
I have indeed.
Good man. And David's going to click through. And boys, when you take a stand next to David and offer a little eye line over his shoulder.
Right, we've got. Ooh,
Got all three?
very
It's
varied.
not helpful for you there, David.
So David, first thoughts on each of them if you can. Just talk me through each of the positions and what your opinion is on each of them.
So me and Alistair have gone quite close to the action, as you can see there. I think mine is a little bit too far to the right, if I'm honest. Chris, I can see where you're coming from there. It's just that the guy in the red, his eye line seems to be going like that sort of direction. And I think that the more that we go above the guy in the blue, then he starts bringing both eye lines into focus.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is, I reckon about there, which is like in between everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for
Yeah, looks just about right.
there. Yeah, with a white X. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
that looks good, doesn't it?
Good stuff. So David, just talk me through what you went with, because you were a little bit unsure even of your own position after seeing
Yeah,
it.
but like looking at it now from my original one, I think I'm too far to the right. And
Okay.
then obviously with the guys' input, I think my white X now is about
Yeah,
spot
right,
on where we,
yeah.
where we all
Yeah, that looks like,
a bit of everybody.
Yeah, that
Right,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
Chris and
I
Alistair
think
nodding
Billy
behind
got
you.
that,
Alistair,
yeah.
your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I can see where David's just adjusted it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one though. This,
Yeah.
there really isn't a lot of evidence. So I'm sure some of the people participating were all over the place on this one. Back at home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, get ready to confirm that, guys.
Ready?
You take a seat.
Yeah.
I've got to confirm now.
Good stuff. And let
Right.
us know the coordinate that you've selected.
So the coordinates are X 1404 and Y 436.
Fantastic. 1404 and 436.
Yep.
Ready to hit confirm and make
Ready.
someone at home £10,000 richer?
Here's 10 grand to someone.
Here we
The
go.
winner is Stephen McLaughlin
Stephen
That's how you say
McLaughlin.
Yeah.
from the UK. So that's a much easier
Fantastic.
name to pronounce.
Yeah, brilliant. And what was his coordinates?
His coordinates were 1404,
Is that the same one we had? That is the same one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and 436.
436.
I think that was
You got spot on. Amazing. To consider in this image to get that spot
Yeah.
on is incredible.
Yeah.
But obviously, guys, you did a fantastic job. No arguments there. It's brilliant, guys. Thank you very much, Stephen McLaughlin. You have just won £10,000 courtesy of SpottoCash. As you can see, it was a hell of a deliberation. Really,
Yeah.
really good from you guys.
Good one,
As
this
always,
one.
drawing in all your experience and a very tough image. Guys, we're going to show you this week's image, the one that you can play right now, because entries are right now open and will be so until Sunday midnight. And next week, we'll be back here choosing a winner. Let's take a look at this week's image. Here it is. There you go, everyone at home. Make sure you play, because you cannot win £10,000 unless you do. Even just to place 5 spots. 1 spot. Place 1 spot. Win 10 grand. Guys, thanks again. We'll see you next time. And everyone at home, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.